Good morning. Today's the 10th of May 2024 and slight change of format today. Instead of doing a live video at 9 AM Eastern time, which is 2 PM here in the UK, I'm doing a recording instead. We don't have news at 8:30, but we do have a Fed speaker at 9, so the levels shouldn't really get affected by anything between now and say 10 o'clock. Just be wary at 10 o'clock, we've got news and we've got Fed speaking today as well, which can move the market. We're on the daily here at the moment, and this is the ES daily, and we've been talking about this volume, decreasing volume while the price is increasing. We're still looking pretty bullish, and the only reason I can think of it is decreasing price because we've got some biggish news after PMI next week, so maybe the market's just in a state of let's wait and see. But you know, even though I was expecting a bit of a rejection, because this is like volume price analysis, we had increase in price coming down and decrease in price on the pullback. We've yet to have the continuation down of this trend. So maybe we're going to put in a double top, maybe we're going to make new highs and continue the trend up, or maybe we're going to see a bit of a price rejection when we get into these areas of supply. So let's go into the hourly and then find some levels for today. So 50-50 was an area we've been watching. If you follow these the live videos, I've been talking about 50-50 for the last few days, and we didn't really get there yesterday. We came up in the pre-market day, we tested it, rejected it, and then we broke through. So the next area after 52.50, did I say 50-50? I meant 52.50 if I did. It's going to be 5300. That's the next psychological area for rejection. But we do have this area of demand below, and we got an area of, supply, area of supply above as well, and it happens to be at the 5300 area as well. So this area here, we had a big reaction. This area here, we had a big reaction, and then we came back, retested that area, and broke down. And that's the reason I put the level in here. We're kind of a little bit flexible. I'm currently in a short at the moment, so let's go into the 2 minute, and I'll quickly go through the short I'm in, and it'll be my one and only trade for today. As you know, I was watching 52.50, which broke out. This is the, had you been watching 52.50 in the pre-market, well, it would have been 3 AM Eastern time, but 8 AM my time. You could have waited for the break of trend, put your stop in above the high, and it would never stop you, and you probably would have got 3R out of that. But I was watching this trend up here. As soon as it broke the trend, ignore the arrow, it broke the trend. Let me zoom in for a bit. So we broke the trend. Let's put the trend line in. This is a trend I was watching using the 2 pivots there, and then it broke the trend, came back, retested it, so broke it, retested it, and then I was just waiting for a confirmation, and then so I was watching for the break of the lows of these candles, and eventually it happened on the break of this double top and top and tail candle. So my entry was there, my stops at the high or tick above, and it's kind of got to about 1 hour, getting close to about half an hour now. We've got the point of control up here as well, so if we get above here, I'll probably just stop out at break even. But if we can continue to trend down, I've got a 3R target, which is around about 52.55, that area there. I think that's my 3R, and I can work it out using this. So I've got, let's just say a couple of ticks above 3R, so that's my 3R target about here roughly. But I've also got a 5R target, which is around exactly there. So if we break 3R, then I'll be trailing it down, and obviously that's assuming we get down to that area. There was negative divergence at the same time when I got in, and we had some absorption and limit orders being fired up here, so that's why I was quite confident taking this area. And then the top in town, the double top, is a reversal pattern as well. So there's quite a few reasons to get in, more reasons to get in than to get out. and I do have my reversals trading plan on a post-it note, and I just use it as a checklist as I'm getting in. It's at 60-minute or higher time frame levels. It's debatable. It's coming into that area of demand, so potentially, yeah. I was watching this area, and there's an area just above. It's a trend line broken. It broke the trend line. Its delta showing a reversal. There was negative delta on the order flow. Its absorption for pre-market, there was large orders roughly, not as large as the normal market, but in the upper 800s. In the usual market, I'm looking for above 1,000, and I use a 10 range chart for that. Reversal pattern, double top, perfect double top, and then single digit orders. I didn't recall, but I believe there was a low-ish one. Yeah, 13. I'm just looking now. Yeah, well, at the high, there's only 8 orders on that pivot there, so pretty low. And then there's 13 on the next 10 range candle, and then 9 on the next 10 range candle. So yeah, pretty much low orders. And then is there ending volume? Hard to tell. There was a little bit of ending volume there, so you can see this high volume coming in, and then volume reduced a bit, and then we had ending volume. So that's what I'm seeing, that as ending volume. And now and that's kind of my guideline I use to get in. I use that trying to get better at my reversals, and by making sure I use confirmation to get in. Sometimes I just see a pattern and I just get in, put my stop there. I don't calculate my contract sizes correctly, and then I end up stopping out. So over the last few weeks I've been working hard on contract size. I've got a little tool in NinjaTrader which auto calculates the number of contracts I need for that size. I think it calculated 11 contracts for me, so I'm in 11 contracts at the moment, and my stop out will be just above there, and that'll be $100 stops. This is a $100 risk. That's what I'm using. Right, so hopefully we see a bit of continuation down, but I'll keep an eye on that. So levels go back into the 60-minute. So that's just my quick reversal strategy. Hopefully, if you've got any comments, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions and constructive criticism. Levels for today. So this is back onto the hourly. So we're watching this zone up here from 52.65 through to 52.84. It's a big area, so we need to find a reversal in there. If I had to pick an area, it would probably be about there. And I'm looking for multiple touches, bottoms, tops, and that area is 52.68, so 52.70, that area for rejection. And then we've got our demand, our supply area up here as well, and we're watching 5300 for that. And then bounce wise, can't deny it, 52.10, this area here. So if we come back down to this area, yesterday's low, we'll be watching for a bounce. Area confidence as well, tops are pivots, bottoms are pivots, and it's the volume point of control as well, this big volume bar here. So this area is significant. So if we pull all the way back down into 52.10, that's a decent bounce area. And that's it really, that's the only bounce areas. You could probably watch it a little bit earlier. You've got a pivot and a bit of consolidation, 52.22 area, but 52.10 is the area I'll be watching down to 5200, so that's a decent area for a bounce. That's it really, that's the only levels for ES. Looking at SPY next. So we've got this, let's just draw this demand and this supply area in. So we've got 523 to 523.80 for a rejection, and then bounce wise we've got this area down here again, 518 for a bounce. If you look for a high risk bounce, you can watch pre-market low, tops of these candles. So, and we've got the point of control just below as well. So we can watch 520 to 520.80 for a bounce as well. That's higher risk. Like I said, this is a few hours before the pre-market. It's 6:38 Eastern time right now, so things can change in the next 3 hours. That's it really for SPY. NQ. Still quite like 18.336 for rejection, this area here. And if we were to fine tune this zone, we can probably fine tune it to about there. How does that leave us? So we kind of just come in and just touch the supply zone If we rally and rip up, then we can watch 18,500 and this area here, 18,400 area for a rejection. Bounce wise, it's got to be 18,100, same as that, so same levels as yesterday really. So Q's next. So we've got a bounce there, high risk bounce at the pre-market low area, this area here, 441.60 for a bounce, rejection. Let's add that level in there. I do quite like 444.20, and you can see it's bottoms of candles, tops of candles, bottoms of all these pivots here, lots of confluence. So 444.20 for a rejection, and then the bounce can be back down here at 438, like that area. And then we've got a high risk bounce, which is just the highs from Monday, and that's around 442. SPX depends where we open in the market. We've gapped up today, so we'll be most likely opening above 52.20. We do have this area of supply up here, so 52.50 for rejection, that area. I do quite like that area. And then if we come back down into yesterday's highs, we can watch for a bounce around 52.10. That's probably the only two areas to watch. Oil. So we've broken this trend down. We came back, retested that level there. So this is a level to watch. Yesterday's low, which we talked about in the pre-market yesterday. So 78, 89, 79. There's a bounce area if we come back down. But I quite like the break and retest of pre-market high. So if we break out the current pre-market, I don't know where we will be in 3 hours time. And it will be getting us above this pivot over here as well, and we're currently closing above the 200 moving average. So I quite like this. It looks like a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, a bit lopsided. So if we break and hold above pre-market high, look for break and retest. And then we've got a target area of $81, where we've got area confluence. Gold, it broke out. We talked about this yesterday. I said there's potential head and shoulders area. We've got left shoulder, head, and right shoulder, and now we've broken out. So this is the neckline area. Look for a break and retest of this area. Which did we get a break and retest? Probably if you went down into a lower time frame. Yeah, you can see we broke it, come back out and retested, but might be more obvious in a lower time frame. So now we're coming right into the rejection area. We're kind of through the rejection area. If I had to find a rejection, it's going to have to be the top of this pivot here. So this is the only area I like for rejection, and that's 2400 to 2410 area roughly. You got the bottoms of all these pivots as well, so we could watch this area. Well, it's right where we are now as well. So bottoms, tops of pivots, bottoms of pivots, area confluence, and that is at 23.85. RTY, what have we got here? In an hourly uptrend, confirmed uptrend now. Just get rid of this trend line. We can probably put another trend line in. We can put another trend line in all the stocks we just looked at. And then let's tighten it up. So almost a touch there, touch there. So these are two. You can see it's fanning, it's getting steeper, showing more momentum in the buy-in. As in the other stocks, I do quite like this area for demand, for supply. So anywhere in 2102 to 2110 for rejection. And then bounce wise, obviously got the point of control up there as well. We saw the high volume as I zoomed out. Probably off of this trend line. I quite like that area there. It's a bit of an hourly confluence to 2070 for a bounce. It could be around roughly close to the trend line, but favour a trend continuation over and obviously we can watch for a break and retest. But if we do go for a break and retest of pre-market high, the reason I prefer the pullback is because we've got overhead resistance, we've got the point of control as well. So it's going to be hard to go long up here, but it'd be easy to go long if we pull back. So maybe wait for a pullback on RTY. YM next. This is the Dow Jones. If I were to find a rejection, it will be exactly here. Oh. Reason for that is tops of pivots, pull back into that area, bounce, and then break and retest, and then a retest area as well. And we're coming into it, not quite there yet. So again, it's hard to go long into this area confluence, although there's lack of volume, so there's less volume to the left. This is also an area of demand and supply, looking for the biggest reaction, and that's where we are. We're right in that demand zone now, so it's hard to go long. Again, maybe put in a trend line. This is a better trend line than the last chart actually, and if we pull back into the trend line and we've got a level there as well, we can watch 39, 431 for a bounce. That's probably the best idea for this chart. And then we've got a target then of this demand zone, and then maybe hold a run if it breaks through. That's the only play I can see. Bitcoin, let's look at this on the daily. Excuse me. Are we going to continue this trend down? We're putting in a higher high, a higher low, sorry, a lower high. So this is the all-time high, lower high, lower high, lower high, low, lower low, lower low. So are we going to put in a new lower low to continue trend down? If we do, we've got 53,000 as a target area, and let's just draw a trend line in. And it could tee up. Do you know what? Let's do the trend line in trading view, because then it'll be there tomorrow hopefully. And then let's just clone it. If you don't know how to clone, remember you're in trading view, just press and hold control button down and then drag, select the line and drag it away. So look, we're honouring this trend line. We're in the upper half of the trend line now, and we're either going to break it out and then maybe trend up, or we're going to reject it and come back down to there. Generally, if you follow my live videos, then generally I split the trend line into two, or the channel into two, and then if we're looking for a breakout, we've got to be in this area here, and if we're looking for a full continuation of the channel, then we'll be sinking it all the way back down as well. So it looks like it might want to break out. It's kind of putting in, there's not much volume in this area as well at the top, but we'll keep an eye on that, possibly a daily breakout on this channel. So we'll see where we are. Like I said, the end place I'm watching is 50,000 for a bounce. That's it really, and then that's it. Back to ES. Nothing's really changed. We've just been in the same place. Let's go into the 5-minute chart for a second. So I'm only doing this because I'm short at the moment. So that's my entry there. This is my stop. My target's about here. My first target, my second target's down here, I think. Looks like an add area as well. I'm not going to add, I'm just going to stick with what I've got. Yeah, I think if we get back down into this 52.50 area, we can watch out for a bounce. That's it. Okay, well, hopefully this video is helpful. I'm off to a funeral shortly, so I will leave the order flow live running, which I'll enable in a minute. I'll be away until tomorrow, so the order flow will be running all day tonight as well. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe so you get notifications when the next live videos is. I'm going to probably do a few more reversal videos, and it's going to help. I do it for myself as well, not just to put content on YouTube, because just talking about my reversal a minute ago made it you know, in my mind, if I put it down on paper and have it, then it helps me be more accountable as well. Like I said, I've got this, my little checklist, which I keep an eye on. I mainly only trade reversals, hence why I've got the reversals up. So I may just do a few more reversals, or maybe go back to doing my trade reviews. I haven't done any trade reviews, end of day trade reviews for a while. That's it. Okay, thank you for watching.